Hi, my name's Michelle. Welcome to Krav Maga at Yale. Make sure to sign in the link in the description below every time you watch a video, and drink some water and warm up. Let's get started learning side falls as well as an arm workout to prepare us a little bit for that. Now, side falls, interestingly, actually use quite a bit of arm strength, so we are going to start with an arm workout. And the first thing we're going to do is actually also a review of a technique we've already learned but haven't used very much, the uppercut. So you can learn about the uppercut in that video right over there. But in the meantime, we are just going to do 30 seconds of alternating arm uppercuts. You can go with either leg in the front stance. I'm just going to put my right leg in front to switch it up. Are you ready? Go. Great. Now, because it's kind of a similar motion, we're also going to do 30 seconds of backwards elbows, learned right there. So let's do that. Go. As our final warm-up, before we do the side falls, let's just do 15 Krav Maga push-ups. Do them at your own speed, just make sure they're good. Alright, so now let's learn some side falls. Now these side falls are really applied in very specific situations. For example, when doing the side headlock, learned right there, defense, you might mess up and you might just be thrown to the ground. Or someone might just shove you from the side and you might end up falling. Now, learning falls via YouTube is maybe not the easiest thing, so I'm going to kind of demonstrate in part, but please make sure to be safe. Here I have 3 yoga mats lined up. If you have more mats or carpeting and things like that, I highly recommend it. Okay, and now my cat is in frame. So basically, just be very careful in all these different moves. And in general, you don't want to end up on the ground. Nobody tries to end up on the ground. But if you do, you want to learn how to be able to fall safely so that that doesn't take you out of the fight, so that you're able to recover and get away from your attacker. So a side fall typically starts from standing, but we are going to start learning it just from kneeling. First of all, because that's easier to film and easier to do at home without proper safety equipment, but also just because that's actually how we learn it first, from a lower height. Because falling is scary. So I'm going to start over here. And I'm going to fall onto my right side. So all of this I'm going to explain right. You should be able to do it with both, however. So we're here. When you're falling, your momentum is going to carry you that way, so towards the camera. And so for that, you want to maximize the surface area that you are landing on. Everywhere you want your fingers splayed, and you kind of want to maximum the amount of area of arm that you are falling onto. So when you are falling to the right, let's say you're here, being pushed, try to land kind of here, putting your hand down, and then kind of going hand, arm, shoulder rolling onto your back. So let's just practice that part. Okay, so that's just to smooth your movement, to kind of break up the fall so you're not just immediately dropping. You don't want to drop onto your back. You want to make it as much of a rolling movement as possible. So roll over your arm, and then you don't want to just infinitely roll. You could crash into like a wall or something. That's when you do this last part, not last part, but next part, when you roll sideways, and then you stop your momentum by slamming down with, if you're rolling to the right, your left arm. So my left arm is straight, my fingers are splayed, and it's this one big hit, like you should audibly hear it. And that will stop you from rolling any further. Also, when you end up in this position, you want to end up in a position that we learned in that video right over there, to be able to do side kicks from the ground. So here you want to block your face, and you want to be ready to kick at an attacker that is over here. Because, you know, they pushed you, they're probably coming back for more, and you want to prevent them from actually getting on top of you. So then you kick, 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 kick. You know, if they're over here, you can roll over, kick, roll, you know, as necessary, and then eventually get up, like we learned in that video. Okay? So let's do that fully. So it's a roll, stop. Here in the position, make sure your arm's blocking your face, make sure your leg's ready to kick upwards. All right, great. And let's get up. Now you could start kind of from here, if you're more comfortable. And then progress more onto like a higher height. And then, if you want to, you can go from even higher, you can go all the way from standing. I'll demonstrate it once, but since, you know, we're not in a completely safe environment, at home you might not have a lot of mats, just be really careful before trying this one. But if you want to really fall, have somebody in your family try shoving you gently. Because sometimes there's a psychological thing where you won't consciously fall. In that case, you might need a push. Okay? Great. Let's practice it. Just 4 times on this side, from whatever height you're comfortable with. Now let's fall the other way. So now I'm falling to my left, and now I'm going to roll on my left arm and slam down with the right. Ready to kick? Great! Thanks for watching. Hope you learned, a few things, got a nice workout out of it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, stay safe in every way. Bye! Oh, okay. Are you learning too? Are you interested in this? Maybe not.